everybody. So I thought I would do a side-by-side of these two. So on my left, we have the Pumking Nitro from Southern Tier. And on my right, we've got the cold brewed coffee version. Both of these, I thought, yeah, one of the pumpkin says seasonal. The cold brewed coffee says limited. I don't know why it's like that, because I'm guessing they'll come out with this every year, unless they're going to do something different with like the coffee version every year. But it just seems like technically Pumking Nitro is limited or seasonal, and so is cold brewed Pumking Nitro, because you have to brew one in order to make the other. So whatever. Both are 6.8% ABV, which is a little interesting to me. Now, I'm not saying I know everything about brewing beer, but if you're adding cold brewed coffee into a beer, that means the recipes can't be the same. You have to change the recipe, because you're going to dump, cold brewed coffee into one of the bats, one of the fermenters, something like that. So that means you would probably have to brew a stronger batch, because you're going to dilute it some. So technically they can't be the same, unless they're using some kind of artificial cold brewed coffee and squirting it in there, and it's not enough to change the ABV. But just from brewing beer for all these years and everything, it's not saying that they're the same, beer, but it would seem like to me the cold brewed would actually be less of an ABV, because if it was me, I would brew the same batch, split it, add cold brewed into one, which would give me more of a volume, which would take down the ABV some. How much are we talking? Depends on how much cold brewed you used. But that's just me. Enough of that. So I have done a separate review. I will link at the end of this video over here, the playlist, if you want to go check these both out. So the Pumking Nitro has been open longer than the other one, because I did that one first. Both had about 1.5 fingers of head. Right now they have about 1/2 finger. So for the color, I would say the cold brewed on my right. Let's see if I can get this thing to focus. You guys are seeing, if anything, this one looks a little darker. Can't see through it as much. I still think this cold brewed version has a little bit more of a red-orange tint from the cold brewed, but that's just me. For appearance, you would go with either one. For the smell, man, if you're into coffee, smelling these side by side, they're totally different. I'm getting way more roasted coffee out of the coffee version, which you'd think you would. Yeah, the Pumking still has like that pumpkin spice, cinnamon, maybe a little sweetness coming off as vanilla. I'm still not sure where that's coming from. But yeah, that coffee version, nice medium roast coffee, maybe that touch of chocolate, vanilla, sweetness. You're still getting some of that pumpkin spice, but that cold brewed coffee that they're using, smelling this side by side, is taking over. You get a lot of that, but there is some of that pumpkin on the back. For me, being a coffee fan, for the smell on these two, I would go with the cold brewed version. So let's go ahead and taste. They are about the same taste, just with that coffee. I still get a touch of chocolate, and I'm not sure where it's coming from. I don't know if it's just my brain or what. But yeah, that same base, it's almost like it's overdone. Both, I think they need more carbonation. They're too flat. It is creamy from the nitro, but I want more carbonation. Yeah, they do have the same profile. The cinnamon lingers too much. It's overdone. Maybe that pumpkin spice is overdone a little too much too. Yeah, it's just weird. In a nitro beer, I want more carbonation. I I think it's flat in drinking this. I don't know if it's the flavor profiles that are presented in this that I want more carbonation or what it is. I don't think I've ever said that about another nitro beer, that it needs to be carbed more. Like, it's dead but it's creamy. Yeah, I think both of them are overdone in that cinnamon, that pumpkin spice. They have the same profiles. The coffee version does bring that roasted coffee, maybe a little chocolate, like very semi-sweet chocolate to it. For me, I would go with the coffee version. I think it covers up some of that overdone cinnamon, overdone pumpkin spice, overdone spice. But I can tell you this right now, I couldn't drink this whole thing. I mean, it's 13.6 ounces. I've done these two beers, and I can honestly say my stomach is in knots drinking this. Like, I can't do it. Like, I feel like I'm breathing cinnamon and spice. Like, it's overdone. I mean, I still gave them both a 4 across the board because for what they are good, and I would sip on it. But, I mean, what's it been? Maybe 25 minutes? So I've done 2 reviews. I've done the standard review, then the quick reviews on each. And, like, I just want to keel over. My stomach hurts from drinking these. And there's no way I'm finishing these. But yeah, let me know down in the comments if you've had both of them this year. I don't know if this coffee version has been around years past. I could look it up, but phone's way over there. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. But yeah, for me, if I was going to try and drink one of these, I would definitely go with the coffee version. So yeah, if you like this, check some more out over here. And until next time, happy brewing.